Ruby and welcome back to my channel for yet another video. I am so excited for today's video. It is all about finances. I love talking about finances, money, budgeting, anything that pertains to kind of those topics. I feel like not enough people talk about these kinds of things on the internet, and so I love creating content surrounding it. And I feel like I have a responsibility right now to continue uploading content that is about finances, especially during times like this where we are going through a pandemic. I have been very, very lucky that up until this point, I have still been making money from my retail job. The company that I work for has still been paying us, which I seriously do not take for granted. But within the next few weeks, if we don't go back to our retail job in New York, which I highly doubt that we will, I don't think that things can change that drastically in just a few weeks, we are going to be placed on furlough, which is basically unpaid leave. So I'm gonna file for unemployment, and you know, I've been getting myself ready for that. I've always known that that was a possibility since, you know, the day that New York kind of shut down. So I've already been kind of looking at my budget and looking in places, you know, where I can cut back a little bit. I've always been somebody who considers themselves very, very good with money. From an early age, I understood what it meant. I understood the importance of having a savings account, an emergency fund, investing, and that's something that I've actually been diving into heavily this year. But I'm gonna assume that a lot of you guys are in a similar position as me. You know, maybe you've lost your job, or you're about to lose your job, or business is really slow for you if you're a freelancer. So today I wanted to make a video all about small ways that you can save a little bit of extra money. When it comes to my budget, my original budget pre-pandemic, I feel like my budget is very, very reasonable, especially considering I live in one of the most expensive cities in the world. But there are still even ways that I can find to cut back a little bit. And so that's exactly what I've been doing. And a lot of these things I've done for a while now, but I wanted to make this video today to hopefully give some really helpful, you know, tips and information to you all. So without further ado, let's just jump right into today's video. Make your own coffee or drink of choice at home. I actually don't drink coffee, most of you guys probably know that, but I do love a matcha latte in the mornings or multiple times a day. So I actually make my own lattes at home, and you know, in the time that I was working, I would just bring it to work rather than stopping at Starbucks. To me, Starbucks is a luxury. I would treat myself to it maybe like once every 2 weeks when I wanted to just kind of escape and go somewhere else to like get some editing done. But for the most part, I make my lattes at home. It seriously saves so much money, and you know, while the initial investment might be a little high, you know, investing in an espresso machine or a frother, you know, it might seem high at first, you make your money back so fast, especially if you're somebody like me who drinks a matcha latte almost on a daily basis, or has a cup of coffee on a daily basis, has multiple cups of coffee a day. So that's my first biggest tip, and honestly, it can seem really small, you know, not buying a Starbucks every day, but that seriously adds up. Skip out on the cable. I don't know about you guys, but I rarely ever watched cable, especially once, you know, Netflix became super popular, and also I spend so much time on YouTube, honestly. I feel like I don't even watch TV anymore. I mostly just watch like my favorite content creators' videos. So Kevin and I, my boyfriend, we live together, and we actually don't pay for cable. We have Netflix, we have Hulu, we have Amazon Prime, and is that it? I think that's it. Anyways, by basically just subscribing to those sites rather than cable, we save so much money every single month. Honestly, there isn't really anything that's on cable that I can't find on one of the 3 things that we're subscribed to. And you know, if there's ever something that like we really, really want to watch that's on cable, you know, we can either like download it, you know, at a later date on iTunes or on a website, or sometimes, you know, for like award shows, they're live streamed online. So for us, we really haven't missed cable, and it saves a couple extra bucks every month. Maintain your own hair and nails. So I actually cut and color my own hair. I actually just re-dyed my hair a couple days ago, and I filmed a vlog all about it, so it's either gonna be up right before or right after this video. And I have been a lover of acrylic nails for years, but during this pandemic, it was a goal of mine to finally learn how to maintain and do my own acrylic nails, and I feel like I have finally accomplished that. They honestly look so good. They look like I got them done at a salon, and it definitely saves a lot of money in the end, especially being able to cut and color your own hair. In New York, a cut and color can cost, you know, upwards of, usually the cheapest is like $250, and the most expensive, you know, can be like an $1,000 cut and color. So by taking the time to learn how to do these things yourself, obviously it's gonna save a lot of money. And for me personally, especially when it comes to my hair, I know what I like and I'm very particular with it, so I like being in control of that. And obviously, like, you know, it does take time to learn. I used to work at a hair salon, actually. I was an intern, so I did kind of learn the tricks of the trade there. But the great thing about YouTube is it is full of free resources. So if you're interested in learning how to cut and color your own hair, do your own acrylic nails, whatever else you do, maybe like thread your own eyebrows, there are tons of videos and free resources on the internet. Purchase a home gym guide and invest in home gym equipment rather than spending money on a gym membership. This is something that is especially great to implement right now, given the circumstances that we are all living in. You know, take the time to finally find an at-home workout routine that works for you and purchase some equipment that you can kind of like set up to be your own home gym. This is going to save so much money in the long run. Again, especially if you live somewhere expensive like New York or LA, gym memberships can get so expensive. And again, I know that, you know, not everybody loves a home workout. For me, I do spend money on SoulCycle every single month. I mean, obviously not right now, but in normal times, I spend money on SoulCycle every single month. Spin classes and cycling, it's just one of my greatest loves in life. So for me, it's worth it to spend money on that. But when it comes to like my normal gym routine, usually I just work out at home or in the gym that my apartment has, which is free to use, obviously. So by doing that and not, you know, ignoring the fact that I have a gym in my apartment and going to spend money on like a super expensive gym membership, I save tons of money a month. And right now I'm actually considering purchasing a at-home spin bike for myself when I get back up to the city, because I honestly don't think that fitness studios are going to be open for quite a while in New York City, and once they open, I don't really know if I'm going to feel comfortable going back to them right away. So I feel like it might save me money in the long run to just bite the bullet and buy an at-home bike, because it's going to save me a lot of money in the long run, and you know, it's definitely safer and more sanitary for the time being. Some of my favorite fitness gurus and programs to follow are anything from Chloe Ting. She is seriously a beast and you will see results with her workouts for sure. I also love Holly Dolke. I purchased one of her at-home workout guides about a month and a half ago. I've been doing it consistently. I seriously love it. Fit with Julia on Instagram is really great. Who else? Pamela Reif has some really great videos. Pure Barre has some free classes on their YouTube channel. So there are seriously, again, so many resources that can save you a lot of money when it comes to how much you spend on fitness and your workout routine every single month. Use browser extensions to find coupons. Okay, so I am not sponsored by this company. Obviously, I'm not. I'm a micro-influencer. They have no idea who I am, but I use a website called Honey. It's a browser extension where basically it will automatically find you the best coupons for wherever you're shopping online. I have been using this for over a year and I've seriously saved so much money because, you know, I love using coupons, but it's really, really hard to find them and do the digging yourself, and it can be really time consuming, and half the time, you know, the coupon codes don't work. So I love Honey because it takes all of the work out of it for me and it just makes it super easy, and it's a free browser extension, so honestly, I don't know why you wouldn't get it. It saves a lot of money and it doesn't cost anything to download it. Kind of going along with the previous tip that I just gave, use cashback websites anytime you can. I use Rakuten, and seriously, again, not sponsored, this is one of my favorite websites. It saves you so much money. They have cashback for seriously like almost every single website you could think of, and some days they have like double cashback days. I know right now their birthday celebration just ended and they were doing 15% cashback on some sites, which is absolutely insane. I know I have a link. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I'll put it as the first link in the description box down below. But I have a link where if you sign up for Rakuten with my code, you get like extra cash back on your first order. I think it's like $10 or $15 extra that you get back or something on your first order. I will link it down below. It's seriously such a great website. I turned my boyfriend onto it. He uses it all the time now. And then every couple of months, you get, you know, like cash back in your PayPal, which is awesome. And then for me, I just put that right into my savings, and it's a nice little way to get a surprise every few months. But again, it's free, so I don't know why you wouldn't install it, because it really can save you money in the long haul. And, you know, in times like this, we're all looking for little ways to save. This is such a great resource. Pick one day a week to have a no-spend day. This tip is basically as simple as it sounds. So basically, pick one day a week where you are literally not going to spend any money. You're going to make all of your meals at home. You're not going to do any shopping. And although it might seem small, like what difference can one day of not spending money make, it can honestly make a really big difference. This tip is also really helpful for when you're first starting like a savings account or an emergency fund and you're looking for ways to build it. You know, have one day a week that you treat as a no spend day, and any money that you maybe would have typically spent on that day, let's say taking yourself out for lunch or getting a coffee, put that money into your savings or your emergency fund, and it's really gonna help build up those accounts. But I think by having a no spend day, one day a week, it's a very, very doable task that you can set for yourself. And again, you'll be surprised how much money you save, because it really is amazing the little things that we buy throughout the day that we don't really think make a difference. But the little things become big things and they add up. I am a lover of meal prep. I talk about meal prep all the time. When I'm in New York, I would say I eat probably 90% of my meals throughout the month at home, or not even at home. Like, I make my meals and I take them with me to go. And I cannot tell you how much money a month this saves me when it comes to food and, you know, food expenses. Because seriously, especially in New York, it can be really, really tempting to eat out all the time because, hello, there's literally a restaurant everywhere you look. But food in New York can get expensive. Food anywhere can get expensive. And I know that not everybody is like me and wants to meal prep, you know, every single one of their meals. So my final tip in today's video is to pick 3 days a week that you decide are going to be your meal prep / like eating at home days. I feel like 3 days a week, again, is a very, very manageable number. You know, it still gives you days where you can go out and treat yourself, and if you're somebody who eats out a lot, you know, you can kind of go back to normal routine. But by picking 3 days a week that you choose to just make or eat meals that you have prepped and, you know, made at home with your own groceries, you're going to save so much money. And kind of similar to what I suggested for your no spend days, maybe those 3 days a week where you meal prep and eat your own meals that you made, maybe take the money that you would have spent eating out and put it into your emergency fund, put it into your savings account, and that way it can grow a little faster and you can have some extra cushion during these really unpredictable and tough times. But there you guys have it. Those are all of my tips when it comes to simple ways that you can save a little bit of extra money. I really hope that this video was helpful, and I just want to say to anybody who has been directly affected by this pandemic, meaning, you know, you've lost your job, or maybe your hours have been cut, you're still getting paid, but your hours have been cut. I am so sorry. I feel for you. I really do. I am in the same boat as you guys. I work really hard. You know, I have a day job, I freelance, I hustle, and so I've been affected by this just like many of you have. And so I just want to say I really feel for you, and I'm sending you all the love in the world right now. But we will get through this. We're all going through the same thing together, and I think that that's probably the most comforting thing about this whole situation right now, is that literally everybody in the world is going through the exact same thing. So we will get through it together as long as we stay safe and listen to, you know, what government officials are telling us to do. Stay home. I know that some places, you know, are slowly starting to open back up. I don't really want to say how I feel about that, but I will just say, you know, do whatever you think is the smartest, safest decision right now. And, you know, just be extra careful with your budget, because we don't know how long this is going to go on. Again, a lot of places are reopening, but I think they're going to have to shut down again because there's inevitably going to be a second wave of this pandemic. You know, for right now, just start cutting back and adding and building to your savings and your emergency fund, so that way if this continues to go on, you have a little bit of extra cushion. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It really, really helps. Your support means the world to me, and I want to be able to grow this little family that we have here, because seriously, I am so proud of the community that we have built here on this channel. Follow me on all my other social media networks. Links are always in the down bar below. I hope that you guys are having an awesome day, night, afternoon, whenever you all are watching this video, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye, everybody.